Every day is a new chance, a gift that life places in our hands when the sun rises. Yesterday might have been heavy, filled with mistakes, regrets, or missed opportunities. But today begins with a clean page. The past cannot be rewritten, but the present is still ours to shape, and the future still waits to be built. That's the power hidden in every new day. It offers us the chance to begin again, to learn from yesterday without being chained to it, to move forward with greater wisdom and strength. Too often, people carry the weight of yesterday into today. They let past failures define them, past pain control them, or past disappointments shrink their vision. But think about it. If you woke up today, it means life still has a purpose for you. It means there is still work for you to do, dreams for you to chase, and victories for you to claim. Every morning the world silently whispers, try again. That whisper is an invitation to rise stronger, act braver, and believe deeper than you did yesterday. Life doesn't demand perfection. It asks for progress. Maybe yesterday you fell short. Maybe yesterday you doubted yourself or allowed fear to win. But today is not yesterday. Today is another chance to push forward, to take one more step, to speak one more kind word, to make one more attempt toward the life you dream of. You don't have to conquer everything at once. You only need to start again, to do better than before, and to honor the opportunity a new day brings. Think about the greatest achievers, the strongest leaders, the most inspiring people history remembers. None of them lived without failure, pain, or rejection. They simply decided that each day was a chance to rise after falling, to adjust after losing, to improve after struggling. They embraced the idea that no matter how dark the night, the morning always brings light. That light is not just in the sky, it's in you. It's the reminder that you are never stuck unless you choose to stop moving. Every day you wake up, you're not just alive, you're being offered another chance to love, to give, to create, to grow, to change, to forgive, to begin anew. Don't waste that chance by living in regret or waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The perfect time is always now. Today may not look easy, but every step you take brings you closer to where you belong. Every decision you make today has the power to shape tomorrow. Every effort you give today matters, no matter how small it may feel. So treat today as a gift. Let go of the shadows of yesterday, rise with gratitude, and step into this new chance with courage. The person you want to become, the life you want to build, the difference you want to make. All of it can begin right here, right now, today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't let fear or doubt hold you hostage. The new chance you've been praying for, waiting for, and hoping for has already arrived. It's called today. Each new day is a fresh opportunity, a new beginning that life grants us with the rising sun. No matter how heavy yesterday felt, no matter how many times we stumbled, or how many moments slipped away from our grasp, when the morning arrives, it brings with it a chance to begin again. This is one of the most beautiful gifts we often take for granted. Every day, as the world resets itself, we are offered a reset too. The slate is not wiped completely clean. Our memories and lessons remain. But the moment we open our eyes, the universe whispers that today can be different. Today can be better. Today can be the day we choose a new path. It is easy to underestimate the significance of a single day. We often tell ourselves that tomorrow will be better, that the future will be when things change, that one day we will finally start. But what we forget is that one day is not some distant magical date. One day is today. The new chance we long for has already arrived in the form of this very moment. Opportunities don't always appear as grand. Life, changing events, they come quietly with each sunrise, hidden in the ordinary, waiting for us to recognize and act on them. When you wake up, you are given choices. You can allow yesterday's failures and regrets to control your mood, your energy, and your vision, or you can see today as a clean canvas, waiting for new strokes of effort and intention. Yesterday's mistakes don't have to poison today's potential unless you let them. If you failed yesterday, today offers you the chance to try again. If you doubted yourself yesterday, today gives you the opportunity to speak words of belief. If yesterday you were afraid to take the step, today is your new chance to gather courage and move forward. Every day carries within it a possibility of transformation, but it requires our awareness and our will to embrace it. Think of the stories of people who achieved greatness. None of them reached their success overnight. They failed repeatedly. They struggled and they fell. What separated them from those who gave up was not luck or perfection. It was their decision to treat each new day as another chance to keep going. Thomas Edison didn't stop after countless failures while creating the light bulb. He used each day as a fresh opportunity to improve his work. Athletes who fall short in one game don't give up on their careers. They wake up the next morning ready to train harder. Leaders who stumble in their decisions don't abandon their purpose. They rise the following day determined to lead better. The common thread is simple. They recognize that every day holds within it the chance to begin again, stronger and wiser than before. Life itself is a series of new beginnings. The seasons change, the moon waxes and wanes. The tides rise and fall, and in the same rhythm, we are reminded that endings are never final. They are only the preparation for something new. In your personal journey, every day is like spring, a chance to plant new seeds, nurture them, and watch them grow. Some days may feel cold and harsh, like winter, but even then the earth prepares silently for renewal. That is exactly how your life works. Each day may not be bright, but each one carries the seed of possibility that can flourish if you choose to plant it with faith and effort. What often holds us back from embracing a new day as a fresh opportunity is the tendency to dwell on the past. We replay our mistakes. We hold on to regret. We magnify our failures until they overshadow the chance standing right in front of us. But imagine if children learning to walk gave up after falling. Imagine if they decided that because yesterday they stumbled, today they should not even try. They would never walk. Yet as adults, we often do the same. We let yesterday's stumbles dictate today's courage. To fully embrace each new day, we must learn the art of letting go, not forgetting the past, but refusing to be trapped by it. Each day is not just a chance for achievement. It is also a chance for healing, for growth, for love, for forgiveness. If yesterday was filled with anger, today you can choose peace. If yesterday you neglected a relationship, today you can show care. If yesterday you failed to chase your dream, today you can take one step toward it. You do not have to accomplish everything in a single day. Small acts done consistently, with faith and patience, create massive change over time. Every little choice you make today adds up to the person you are becoming. That is why each day is so valuable. It is a new brushstroke in the painting of your life. There will always be reasons to delay, to wait, to hesitate. Fear will tell you that you are not ready. Doubt will remind you of your past failures. But courage whispers a truth more powerful than fear. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin again. And today is your chance to do exactly that. Don't let it slip away by treating it like just another day. See it for what it really is, a new opportunity, a second chance, a door waiting to be opened. So when you wake up, pause for a moment and remind yourself today is not yesterday. It is not tomorrow. It is a new chance, a gift wrapped in sunlight and fresh air, an opportunity to be better, to grow stronger, to move closer to your dreams. Each day is your chance to write a different ending to the story you began yesterday. Each day is your chance to rise again, to forgive yourself, to forgive others, and to build something worthwhile. Don't waste it. Don't wait for another tomorrow. Begin today, because every day you are alive is a new chance, and one day, that chance will be the one that changes everything. The past does not define the future, even though many people let it become the prison that locks them away from their true potential. Every single person carries memories, scars, and regrets from moments that didn't go the way they had hoped. Failures, rejections, mistakes, or painful experiences. These are the echoes of the past that can easily convince us that what has happened is all we are capable of. Yet the truth is simple and powerful. Your past is a chapter, not the whole story. What you did yesterday or even 10 years ago does not have the authority to dictate what you can become tomorrow unless you hand it that power. Too often, people mistake their past for a life sentence. They believe that because they failed once, they are destined to fail forever. Because they were hurt before, they will never find joy again. Because they doubted themselves in the past, they are not worthy of confidence now. But look around at the people who changed the world, the leaders, creators, and visionaries whose names inspire generations. Most of them had pasts filled with hardship and failure. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections before becoming one of the most respected presidents in history. J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before her words built one of the most successful literary worlds. Nelson Mandela spent decades imprisoned, yet his future was not defined by those walls, but by his unwavering commitment to freedom and equality. Their pasts were not the verdict of their futures. They were the soil in which resilience grew. The past is not meant to be a chain, but a teacher. Every mistake you've made, every failure you've endured, every disappointment you've experienced was not sent to break you, but to shape you. If you see your past as proof that you cannot, it will trap you. If you see your past as proof that you have learned and survived, it will empower you. The meaning of the past is not fixed. It depends on the perspective you choose to take. You can either look back and see ruins, or you can look back and see the foundation upon which something stronger can be built. Think of it like a seed buried in the ground. To the untrained eye, it may look like death, like something lost beneath the soil. But in truth, it is the start of growth. Your past mistakes and hardships bury you only if you allow them to. If instead you use them as fertile soil, they will become the foundation from which new strength and wisdom emerge. The struggles of yesterday prepare you for the victories of tomorrow. You cannot change the fact that you stumbled, but you can change how you walk forward from here. The beauty of the future is that it is unwritten. It does not exist yet. It is created moment by moment through the choices you make today. Dwelling on what has already happened wastes the opportunity to build something better. Imagine if every inventor who failed simply gave up, believing their past attempts defined their future results. Imagine if every person who was told now believed that was the final word. Progress in the world exists because people dared to believe that tomorrow could be different from yesterday. Your life is no different. Sometimes the past carries deep pain, not just failure but heartbreak, betrayal, or loss. These wounds can feel like permanent scars, shaping how we see ourselves and how we approach life. But healing is possible, and healing is proof that the past cannot dictate the future unless you allow it to. You are not the sum of the hurts you endured. You are the sum of the strength you discovered in surviving them. The very pain that tried to break you can become the power that drives you. Forgiveness, whether of others or yourself, does not erase what happened, but it removes the hold it has on your tomorrow. The future is built in the present. That means the only way your past has power is if you continue to relive it in your thoughts and decisions. If you wake up every morning expecting today to look like yesterday, you will create the same cycle. But if you wake up believing that today is a chance to start again, you shift your life's direction. It is not your past habits, failures, or mistakes that define you. It is the choices you make right now in this moment. You can choose to carry the weight of yesterday, or you can choose to set it down and move forward lighter, freer, stronger. Think about how many lives have been transformed by people who refuse to let their pasts dictate their futures. Someone who was once addicted, broken, or lost can become a role model and a guide for others. Someone who failed repeatedly in business can build an empire. Someone who once felt unworthy of love can create a family filled with joy and compassion. These stories exist not because their pasts were erased, but because they were redefined. They understood that the past was part of their story, but not the conclusion. When you stop letting the past define you, you step into possibility. You start to believe that you are not fixed, but growing, not finished, but unfolding. Every day becomes a chance to prove that who you are becoming matters more than who you were. The past may explain where you've been, but it does not decide where you are going. That power belongs only to you. So the next time your mind tries to chain you to a memory, remind yourself that the future is blank and waiting to be written. The mistakes, failures, or pain you've experienced are not prophecies. They are chapters. The future is in your hands, and it can look nothing like your past if you choose to build it differently. You are not defined by what you went through, but by how you rise from it. Let the past be your teacher, not your master. Step into your future with courage, because the past does not define you. The choices you make today do. Progress matters more than perfection, because perfection is an illusion that keeps people trapped, while progress is the steady movement that actually changes lives. Too often, we convince ourselves that we must have everything perfectly aligned before we begin, that every plan must be flawless, and every step must be executed without mistakes. But life has never worked that way. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will wait forever. If you wait to be flawless before you take action, you will never start. The truth is that perfection is the enemy of growth, while progress is its best friend. Each small step forward, even if it comes with mistakes and imperfections, builds momentum and carries you closer to the future you dream of. When we look at people we admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, it's easy to believe they reached greatness by executing their journeys without error. But if you dig deeper into their stories, you'll find that their paths were filled with failures, missteps, and countless imperfections. They did not succeed because they were perfect. They succeeded because they kept moving forward, learning, adjusting, and improving over time. Their progress mattered far more than the idea of being flawless. What separated them from those who quit was their willingness to embrace imperfection as part of the process. Perfection creates fear, because the moment you believe you must do everything perfectly, you become afraid of making mistakes. That fear keeps you from acting. Progress, on the other hand, allows room for mistakes. It says, you don't need to do everything right. You just need to do something today that is better than what you did yesterday. That mindset frees you to take risks, to step forward even when you're uncertain, and to keep trying even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. And over time, those small imperfect steps build into something powerful. Think of learning a new skill. When a child learns to write, their letters are uneven, shaky, and far from perfect. Yet those imperfect letters are progress, and with time, the child learns to write beautifully. If the child demanded perfection on the first try, they would give up immediately. The same is true for learning an instrument, a sport, or even building a career. In the beginning, things will not look the way you imagined. You may stumble, you may struggle, and you may feel behind. But each attempt, each effort, each small improvement counts. Progress is what shapes ability, not the impossible demand for perfection. Perfection is also dangerous because it creates the illusion of all or nothing. Many people quit because they believe if they cannot do something perfectly, they should not do it at all. Someone trying to get fit may miss one workout and decide the whole week is ruined. Someone trying to eat healthy may slip once and declare the effort pointless. But progress does not require perfection. Missing one workout does not erase the progress of the past 10. Making one mistake in your diet does not destroy your effort. Progress understands that consistency matters more than flawless execution. It says, get back up and keep going. That is why people who embrace progress achieve far more than those who chase perfection. The beauty of progress is that it compounds. A small step forward today, combined with another small step tomorrow, and another the day after that, creates unstoppable momentum. It may not feel significant in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, progress transforms everything. A person who reads 10 pages a day may not look impressive at first, but in a year they will have finished several books. A person who saves a little money consistently may not feel wealthy at first, but over time their savings will grow into something substantial. A person who improves by just 1% each day will see exponential growth over time. Progress builds upon itself, while perfection stalls at the starting line. Progress also creates confidence. Every small victory, every little improvement builds belief in yourself. You begin to trust your ability to grow, adapt, and overcome. Perfection, on the other hand, breeds self-doubt. Because no one can ever truly be perfect, you will constantly feel like you are failing. Progress allows you to celebrate wins, no matter how small, and those celebrations fuel your motivation to keep going. The confidence born from progress is what empowers people to take bigger steps and dream bigger dreams. Even in relationships, careers, and personal growth, progress is what builds strength. A relationship doesn't need perfection, it needs consistent effort and improvement. A career doesn't need a flawless path, it requires persistence, learning, and growth over time. Personal transformation doesn't come from a perfect plan executed without mistakes. It comes from steady progress, falling and rising, learning and applying, and never giving up. The pursuit of perfection often blinds people to the beauty of the journey. They focus so much on arriving at some flawless destination that they forget to appreciate the steps along the way. Progress allows you to celebrate the process, to see value in the small milestones, to find joy in growth itself. And when you learn to love progress, you realize that you don't need to reach perfection to feel fulfilled. You just need to keep moving forward. So remember this truth: you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of success, happiness, or growth. You only have to keep progressing. Every small step matters. Every effort counts. Every lesson learned brings you closer to where you want to be. Perfection is a trap that will keep you waiting for a tomorrow that never comes. Progress is the path that turns your dreams into reality, one imperfect but determined step at a time. Resilience is built by rising again, because no one becomes strong by living a life free of challenges. Strength, courage, and endurance are forged in the moments when life knocks you down and you make the choice to stand back up. Falling is not a sign of weakness. It is part of the human experience. Everyone falls, everyone fails, everyone faces moments when the weight of life feels unbearable. What separates those who stay down from those who rise to greatness is the decision to get up one more time. Each rise after each fall adds another layer of resilience, shaping you into someone who can endure storms and still keep moving forward. Many people believe resilience is something people are born with, like a natural talent. But resilience is not a gift. It is a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows only when it is tested, stretched, and sometimes even torn before it heals stronger. Every time you face failure and rise again, you add strength to that muscle. Every time you face heartbreak and choose to keep going, you add another layer to it. Every time you encounter disappointment and still decide not to give up, your resilience deepens. It is not the absence of pain that makes you strong. It is the willingness to endure the pain, to learn from it, and to move forward despite it. Think about a child learning to walk. They fall countless times, but every fall becomes part of their strength. They rise again and again until walking becomes natural. Imagine if the child stopped after the first fall, deciding they were not meant to walk. They would never discover the joy of running, exploring, and moving freely. The same principle applies to life. We fall, sometimes hard, sometimes painfully, but those falls are not the end unless we decide to stay down. Rising again is what teaches us not only to walk through challenges, but to run toward our goals with greater determination. Resilience is not built in comfort, it is built in discomfort. The easy days, the smooth paths, the moments when everything goes right. These do not challenge you, they do not demand growth. But the days when everything falls apart, when your plans collapse, when your heart feels heavy, these are the moments that test you. And when you rise from them, you carry with you a new level of strength that comfort could never give. Rising again does not mean pretending nothing happened. It means acknowledging the pain, facing the reality, and choosing not to be defined by it. Every inspiring story of triumph carries within it countless stories of rising again. Athletes who lose championship after championship but return to compete harder. Entrepreneurs who face rejection after rejection yet build empires that change the world. Survivors who endure tragedy yet find the courage to live fully and inspire others. These stories exist Because resilience was built not in avoiding failure, but in choosing to rise from it. If you look closely, the common theme is not perfection, but persistence. Each of them understood that falling is part of the journey, and rising is where the power lies. The act of rising again also reshapes how we see ourselves. When you rise after a fall, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Self-belief is not built in the easy moments, it is built in the hard ones. It is built when you realize that what tried to break you did not succeed, that what knocked you down could not keep you down. Each rise is a victory, no matter how small, and those victories add up to unshakable confidence. Over time, resilience becomes part of your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who falls, but as someone who always gets back up. Resilience also builds hope. When you rise again, you remind yourself that the story is not over, that the future can still be written differently. Even after loss, even after failure, even after deep disappointment, there is always another chance. Rising again keeps hope alive, and hope is what fuels action. Without hope, people stay down. With hope, people rise, try again, and often achieve more than they thought possible. But resilience does not mean rising instantly or without struggle. Sometimes you need time to heal, time to gather strength, time to process the pain. Resilience is not about ignoring emotions or pretending to be unhurt. It is about honoring those emotions while refusing to be defeated by them. Rising again may take time, but the decision to rise is what matters most. Even a slow rise is still a rise, and every attempt to move forward counts. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks will always come. You cannot control every challenge, but you can control your response. And every time you choose to rise again, you gain wisdom. You learn what works, what doesn't, and who you are becoming in the process. Resilience is not built in avoiding storms, but in learning how to dance in the rain, how to bend without breaking, and how to rise again even when the weight feels unbearable. So remember, resilience is not about never falling. It is about always rising. Every setback is a setup for a comeback if you choose to see it that way. Every fall is a chance to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined. Life will test you, but those tests are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal the strength within you. The next time you fall, do not see it as the end. See it as the beginning of building a resilience that no challenge can shake. Rise again, because every rise makes you stronger. Every rise brings you closer. And every rise proves that resilience is built not in never falling, but in always standing back up. Today is a gift, not to be wasted. Yet so many of us go through our days as if time were endless. We postpone our dreams, we delay our goals, and we assume tomorrow will always be there waiting for us. But the truth is, tomorrow is never guaranteed. All we really have is today, this very moment, this breath, this chance to live fully. When you begin to see each day as a gift, you stop taking time for granted and start using it with purpose. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start realizing that the perfect moment is right now. Every morning, when you wake up, life has handed you something precious 24 hours that have never existed before and will never exist again. Once this day is gone, it cannot be reclaimed. You cannot go back and relive it, no matter how much you want to. That is why today carries so much power. It is an opportunity that must be embraced while it is here. Too many people live as if they have an endless supply of days. But in reality, each day is a treasure chest waiting to be opened, filled with possibilities to grow, to love, to create, and to move closer to your dreams. When we waste today, we often do so by living in two places that do not exist: the past and the future. We replay yesterday's mistakes, regrets, or failures until they consume us, or we live in the illusion of tomorrow, saying we will start chasing our dreams later, we will forgive later, we will take risks later. But later is not promised. Yesterday is gone. The only time you truly own is today. And when you treat today as a gift, you start asking yourself how you can make the most of it, how you can use it in a way that honors its value. Living as if today is a gift does not mean you need to accomplish everything in one day or achieve massive success instantly. It means recognizing that each small action matters. It means giving your best to the work in front of you, showing love to the people around you, and making progress toward the life you desire. It means appreciating the simple blessings, sunlight, laughter, health, breath, that so many overlook. It means realizing that even the most ordinary day holds extraordinary meaning if you choose to see it that way. Consider how fragile life can be. People often only realize the value of today when it's too late, when opportunities have passed, when loved ones are gone, when chances have slipped away. But wisdom lies in recognizing the value of today before it becomes yesterday. You don't have to wait for tragedy or loss to wake up to the importance of time. You can choose now, in this moment, to treat today as sacred, to live with gratitude, to act with intention, and to give your best to the opportunities within your reach. When you see today as a gift, procrastination loses its grip. Instead of waiting for a perfect tomorrow to start working on your dreams, you begin now. Instead of waiting until conditions are ideal, you make progress today with what you have. The truth is, no day will ever feel completely perfect, and no time will ever seem exactly right. But today is real, and today is enough. The people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who wait for tomorrow. They are the ones who value today and use it wisely. Today is also a gift because it offers the chance for change. No matter how many mistakes you made yesterday, today gives you a new opportunity to choose differently. If you fell short yesterday, you can rise today. If you were unkind yesterday, you can choose compassion today. If you doubted yourself yesterday, you can act with courage today. Each day offers a reset button, a chance to write a new chapter. And when you embrace that, you stop being trapped by the past and start stepping into the future you want to create. Even the simplest actions today can ripple into something extraordinary tomorrow. A kind word spoken today may heal a heart. A small act of courage today may open doors you never imagined. A step taken toward your dream today may set in motion a chain of events that change your life. This is why wasting today is such a tragedy, because within it lies the power to shape the future. Every day matters, not just the days that seem significant. Every day is a gift, and every day carries the potential for greatness if you choose to use it. But valuing today does not mean rushing or trying to do everything at once. It also means slowing down to appreciate the present moment. It means putting down the phone to enjoy a conversation. It means noticing the beauty in a sunrise or the sound of laughter. It means being fully alive, here and now, instead of constantly running ahead or looking behind. The gift of today is not only about productivity, it is also about presence. It is about living deeply, with gratitude, with awareness, with joy. So do not waste today waiting for a better time. Do not waste it buried in regret. Do not waste it by letting fear stop you from acting. Today is a gift, and like any gift, it is meant to be opened, cherished, and used. When you treat today as precious, you stop making excuses and start making choices. You stop drifting and start directing your life. You stop wishing and start doing. At the end of the day, when you look back, you will not regret the times you tried and failed, but you will regret the times you wasted the gift of today by not trying at all. Make today count. Give your best effort. Show love to those around you. Take a step toward your dreams. Live fully in this moment, because once today is gone, it becomes part of your past, and you cannot get it back. The only way to honor it is to use it well while it is here. Today is a gift, and the most powerful choice you can make is to live it as if it truly matters, because it does. The power to shape tomorrow lies in today's choices, because the future is never something that simply happens to us. It is something we create through our decisions, actions, and habits. Every small step you take today is like a seed planted in the soil of time, and tomorrow is the harvest. Too often, people imagine their future as something distant, disconnected, and uncertain. They believe they will become successful one day, or that opportunities will suddenly appear without their influence. But the truth is that the choices you make right now are already forming the life you will live tomorrow. You may not see the results instantly, but every action has consequences. Every habit builds momentum, and every decision writes a part of your future story. Think about how powerful this is. If you want to be healthier, it will not happen in an instant. It will happen through the choice to exercise today, the choice to eat better today, the choice to rest well today. Each day you choose health, you build a stronger, healthier tomorrow. If you want financial freedom, it will not come from a miracle. It will come from the choice to save today, to invest today, to discipline your spending today. If you want to grow in knowledge, it will not come from wishing. It will come from the choice to learn today, to read today, to practice today. Tomorrow is nothing more than the accumulation of today's choices. This truth is both empowering and humbling. It means you have far more control over your future than you realize, but it also means you must take responsibility for the choices you make. If you choose laziness today, you cannot expect achievement tomorrow. If you choose negativity today, you cannot expect joy tomorrow. If you choose excuses today, you cannot expect progress tomorrow. The future reflects the choices of the present, and that is why today matters so deeply. The difficulty is that small choices often feel insignificant in the moment. Eating one unhealthy meal does not ruin your health, just as going to the gym once does not transform your body. Skipping a study session does not make you fail instantly, just as reading a chapter of a book does not make you a genius overnight. Because the results are delayed, people underestimate the importance of small daily choices. But time amplifies everything. What you choose once may seem small, but what you choose consistently becomes destiny. Every day you are either building a future you want or drifting toward one you don't. History and success stories prove this over and over. The most accomplished people in the world did not leap to greatness overnight. They shaped their future by making consistent choices today. They practiced when others gave up. They worked when others procrastinated. They sacrificed comfort for growth. Their tomorrows were built long before anyone saw the results. The power was never in a sudden burst of perfection. It was in the steady, intentional choices they made each day. Your life is like a garden. If you plant seeds of discipline, courage, and faith today, tomorrow will bloom with strength, achievement, and fulfillment. But if you neglect the garden, planting nothing or worse, planting seeds of doubt, fear, and excuses, then tomorrow will reflect that neglect. The harvest is always determined by what you choose to plant today. That is why it is not enough to dream of a better tomorrow. You must act in alignment with that dream today. Sometimes people delay action because they believe their small choices do not matter, or they believe they can start tomorrow. But waiting is a trap. Tomorrow is shaped by today, and if you waste today, you delay your future. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is always now. Every great change begins with one choice, and the sooner you make it, the sooner your tomorrow begins to transform. The power of today's choices also extends beyond personal goals. The kindness you show someone today may inspire them tomorrow. The encouragement you give today may spark someone else's courage tomorrow. The decision to live with integrity today may build trust and respect tomorrow. Your choices ripple outward, touching not only your future, but the futures of those around you. This is why living with intention is so important. You are not just shaping your tomorrow, you are influencing the tomorrows of others as well. Of course, not every choice will be perfect. You will make mistakes. You will fall short. But even in those moments, you still hold power. Choosing to rise again, choosing to learn from failure, choosing to keep going. These are choices that still shape tomorrow. The future is not determined by one mistake. It is determined by what you do after the mistake. That is why progress matters so much more than perfection. If you want to know what your future will look like, examine your choices today. Your habits reveal your direction. Your priorities reveal your values. Your actions reveal your destiny. The good news is that if you don't like the path you're on, you can choose differently right now. You are never stuck unless you refuse to act. Every day offers you the chance to shift your tomorrow by making a better choice today. So remember, this tomorrow is not some distant dream. Tomorrow is shaped by what you decide in this very moment. The future belongs to those who understand the power of today's choices and use them wisely. Don't wait for change. Create it. Don't hope for a better tomorrow without building it. Choose wisely, choose bravely, and choose consistently, because your tomorrow depends on the choices you make today.